Hey everybody, it's me Kylie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today we're going to do a book review. This is the second time I'm filming this because I felt the first time I was really not articulate, so I'm just going to try again. I read Beast, A Tale of Love and Revenge by Lisa Jensen. I gave it a 4-star overall, and there is a trigger warning for rape, so just know that. This is a definitely very interesting and original take on the Beauty and the Beast story. However, I should say that it's marketed as that it's Beauty and the Beast from the Beast perspective, and it's not. The perspective, there's just one point of view, and it's a girl named Lucy, who her character is arguably Beauty. I know that she's not, technically, because I think I'd have to reread the beginning, but I'm pretty sure that she's supposed to be kind of like a plain looking girl, but just how it ends up in the end. I mean, I can't, without spoiling it, I would argue that she technically would end up being Beauty, I suppose. But it's her point of view the entire time. We never see the Beast point of view at all, 0%, so I don't really understand why people talk about it that way, as saying it's from the Beast point of view. The plot of this novel is basically, if you take Beauty and the Beast, the Disney version, which is the version I go by, and you add a bit more to the beginning and a bit more to the end, and that's kind of what you've got. It's definitely not exactly the same, and it's not going to be what you're expecting. For me, a big part of Beauty and the Beast, and a big, the entire theme, I feel, has to do with the prince / beast. He gets turned into a beast because he's a bad person overall, and it's kind of like a punishment, and he's supposed to learn from his mistakes and grow as a person and become a good person in order to make someone fall in love with him. We don't have that in this book. I'm going to try not to spoil it. I've read the synopsis, and I'll try not to go beyond what they tell you there, but they kind of do tell you in a roundabout way. But okay, basically, after the curse happens, the beast is cursed, the prince is cursed, and he turns into the beast, and the whole castle, all the people run away, and Lucy's turned into a candlestick, but other than that, none of the other servants are turned into furniture or whatever. But the castle is magically, food just appears on the tables and stuff like that. But anyways, after initially, when he's turned into the beast, he still retains the personality of Jean-Luc, which is the prince. That's his name. It's not a prince. He's a chevalier or something. Chevalier. I don't freaking know what it's called. But it's not very long. And then it's basically Beast wakes up one day and he's a totally different person. And he doesn't remember being Jean-Luc. He doesn't know that he is Jean-Luc. He's staring at a painting on the wall of Jean-Luc, and he has no clue at all. So you're what? And then you kind of have a period, and it goes through the period of, while the curse is in place, and you get to know Beast and who he is, and him and Lucy get to know each other, and then you have the appearance of the Belle character, and she eventually breaks the spell. But in this book, the spell was not until you get somebody to fall in love with you. It was until you get somebody to agree to marry you. And those are two very different things. And so after the curse is broken, that is not the end of it. The protagonist is definitely the Beast and Lucy, and the antagonist would absolutely be Jean-Luc. And so we're kind of looking for a way, how can we keep Beast around and get rid of Jean-Luc forever? And that's kind of basically this novel. And it was really, really interesting, but also, like, they didn't explain, the book doesn't explain why they're, like, completely separate, like, entities, like, sharing the same body or whatever. Not even really the same body. It's kind of confusing. But until the end of the book, like, the less than 100 pages from the end, then they explain it, and so you're kind of, like, wondering what's going on, like, for most of the book. So I didn't really like that. But, yeah, so basically, I felt like you're missing, what I didn't like was that I'm missing the whole growth of the, Prince character, and you don't get that. He's just, like, a villain that you're trying to get rid of, basically, for the book, and, like, that's interesting, that's fine. And it was really interesting. We get more, like, we get kind of, like, the family history of the Beast, and, and we get to know, like, his parents a little bit. But yeah, we definitely have, like, a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, like, multiple personality kind of situation that involves a lot of magic, and yeah, so it was really super different, and I wasn't expecting the ending, and I never guessed it. I didn't, what it ended up being. Yeah, so overall, I think I gave it 4 stars. It's a weak 4 stars, but it's definitely not a 3-star. So being that you can only give full stars on GoodReads, I just went ahead and gave it a 4-star. I really still did enjoy it and enjoy the story, and it was a quick read, and it kept me engaged. But it definitely was slow. Like, I mean, I know the story, right? So I know what we're, like, getting to. But, the part where he's a beast and he's kind of just, like, wandering around the castle, we kind of just have, like, the inner dialogue of the Lucy character. And we're getting to know her, and we're getting to know the Beast. And so in that way, it was a bit more character-driven than it was plot-driven. And that can kind of be hard for me sometimes. But I think it was because I was so intrigued, and, like, really wanted to know, like, why. Like, I don't understand why he seems to be a completely different person from Jean-Luc. Like, the Beast that we get to know basically has 0 personality traits in common with this evil prince character that we saw at the beginning. So, yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed it overall, and I would recommend it to anyone. Just be careful, because there is that trigger warning of rape. So if that is an issue for you, just be aware. Yeah, so I don't know if you read this book. Let me know in the comments what you thought. And yeah, I don't know if you have any other Beauty and the Beast retellings. You can let me know too down below, and I'll check those out. I really love retellings. Like and subscribe to see more from me. And that's all I have for you today. Bye.